Welcome back to Casual Buzz Rugby. Just came back from the game, Ireland versus South Africa. A loss, but I mean, we are very opinionated at the moment. You could call us fucking typical Saffas, but I mean, I was so irritated during this game. We had our chances, Ireland had their chances, to be fair. Very even game at the moment. Oh well, after the game.
Great game,
But geez, man, we don't blame refs on this channel whatsoever. But I was so confused watching this game. I mean, at the breakdown, having Ben O'Keefe playing so quickly for the Irish team, and then when it comes to scrum time, playing so late. I mean, just look at that final turnover. The ball was available for Kobus Reinach to get that ball out. Blew the game. I mean, seriously, I'm so annoyed because of our kicking. I think our running rugby was decent. Ireland, very good, of course. We'll give their props to them. But I mean, it's so annoying. Of course, that means we're playing France in the quarterfinals, no depend. But I mean, overall, of course, we got Steph here, first on the channel. Erwan here, first on the channel. Boys, what do we think? We start with Erwan.
We need a kicker, to be honest. Like, we don't need a backline to run the ball, but we need a kicker to kick those goals. Our forwards are good enough. But like, honestly, today, definition of pre-cum. I mean, honestly, just calling it too early.
Steph?
I felt like we were the better team, but we couldn't convert. We just couldn't get points. Without a kicker, we can't do much. So,
I mean, just running through the team, I thought our boys at the start did the job. Kurtzhoff, Bongi, Malher, but all of them did their job, got the scrum penalties, as you know. We expected them to be dominant at scrum time. It was a pretty even battle at the start, and then just tire out the Irish bodies and get on the bomb squad, and they did their job, to be fair. But I mean, it's tough to think. You almost feel like you deserve to get the win. Of course, the Irish fans would think they deserve to get the win, just because it was such a close a competitive game.
Yeah.
But I mean, the kicking let us down. I think we missed about 4 kicks, which was absolutely crazy. Boys, what do we think of the bomb squad that came on?
oh, they made a difference. They made a massive difference. I think like the forward pack, I can't fault them. I don't think they did like anything wrong. I just think we couldn't convert. So it was they did their job, and like the kicker didn't do his job.
Yeah,
so that was the problem.
I think we missed the bulk in the hooker. We're used to a running hooker, bit of bulk, bit of intensity, and
You think we're missing Malcolm a lot?
we're missing a Malcolm Bongi as the bomb squad. Dion isn't bringing it. Like, he can steal a ball, yes, but he's not bringing the game line pressure.
The boys, we mentioned the kicking a couple of times. We're thinking Andre comes in, probably plays against Tonga. If he has a decent performance, let's say he gets a 80 to 90% kicking ratio, has a decent game, do you think he goes straight into the team for the quarters, or do we still back Mani to do the job? Because of course, I've said it a couple of times, I mean, the flair that Mani brings when it comes to running the ball is immaculate. Of course, his kicking isn't up to standards. If his kicking was up to standards today, we would have won this game. Or do you think Andre comes straight in? Of course, he doesn't bring that flary backline that we necessarily need, but he brings the points. Do we think Andre comes straight back in after a good game, or do you think Ninaber and Rassi still backs Mani?
I personally think if Andre has a good game, you bring him in, because in like the quarters and the semis, you need a guy that can kick. We like in the pool stages, it's chilled with Mani. Not like we're still going through. We're probably still gonna make the quarters, but when you're in the quarters, it's do or die. You need to slot your kicks, otherwise
I agree. Our forwards can carry that ball over the game line. Honestly, like, they're bringing the ball over the game line. And Faf, we've seen, is on form. He can pass that ball wide. He can throw outside center, wing, anywhere he can go. We don't need the perfect fly off to spread the ball. And Pollard honestly brings that goal kicking capabilities that we need.
Yeah. Just a final thing on the box, I just want to give a special shout out to Damian Willems. Overall, even if we lost the game, I still think losing a game, still putting up probably a man of the match performance. In my opinion, the guy was immaculate when it came to kicking out of the hand, attacking the game line, just reading the game. I just thought he overall had a very big game, and it was a step-up game for him to take the position that people would most likely say is Villy's position. He's made it his own. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But of course, to end off the video, let's not be just casual bias rugby when it comes to South Africa. Let's talk a bit about Ireland. What did we think about their game? Do you think they'll take a lot of confidence from a victory like this? Of course, everyone was talking about the 7-1 split. I think this is a massive confidence booster. If you're just talking about it, out of my opinion, I think to have 3 consecutive victories over the Boks is a massive thing for Ireland. Not a big necessarily rugby nation like South Africa, so I think this is massive for them and their World Cup hopes. But this also means they're playing the All Blacks. The previous World Cup they played against the All Blacks as well. I think they were number 1 and they got spanked by 40 points. Do we think they take confidence from this into the quarterfinals and say, listen, we can do this. We can pull one over the All Blacks, go into the easier semi-final, and then straight into a final where we can actually do the unstoppable, impossible. Whoa.
They still need to play Scotland.
Yeah.
Still need to play Scotland.
But I think fair enough. I think they'll beat Scotland. But yeah, they will obviously take a lot of confidence from this game, but facing New Zealand in the quarters, I think will be very tough for them. Yeah, for sure.
I think Ireland is our toughest match in this World Cup series, just because of their double phase attack. I mean, they've always got 2 lines running, and that nullifies our attacking, our full pressure defense, which is our hardest defensive team. I mean, we are a defensive team, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to dominate the rest of the field, to be honest. If it's New Zealand, if it's France, I think they're dominating.
Boys, to be honest, after a lot of thinking, I think we lost this game because we played in those shitty turquoise, horrible fucking pants.
To be honest,
it literally makes me think of the fucking sea. It's so annoying. We don't play in the green and gold, and that made us lose. I mean, seriously, this World Cup, I mean, all jokes aside, if it was Ireland versus South Africa, you expect the green and gold versus the green of Ireland when it comes to their pants, and then they can play with the white jerseys.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like South Africa versus Ireland.
No, it didn't.
Of course, it didn't affect the game necessarily. I think somehow,
it does.
Somehow subconsciously, maybe it affects the game. But it just feels like if this was South Africa green and gold versus Ireland with their white and green, would have looked so much different. Would have been such a better feel to the game necessarily. But I think it was a tight contest. I mean, most people would probably say this is probably one of those situations. It's number 1 versus number 2 in the world. This could definitely be a Rugby World Cup final. If we pull one over France and Ireland pulls one over New Zealand, this could definitely be the finals again. This could be a final. And to be honest,
game was 50-50. To be honest,
even though
one team's better than the other.
Yeah, correct. I mean, even though we lost the game, and fair enough, lost the game. Ireland well deserved victory. Either one of the 2 teams could have come out with a victory. I still take confidence from this game at certain points. I think our line-out defense was absolutely brilliant. I think we stole about, what was it, the first 5 line-outs?
Okay. They lost 6 line-outs.
Which was absolutely madness. But yeah, we didn't want to just be casual bias rugby and talk about South Africa. We had to give our props to Ireland, because even though we feel certain decisions didn't go our way, or we knocked the ball at crucial times, we have to give props to Ireland, because it still takes a big team to get one over us, especially everyone talking about the 7-1 split. Didn't come off today. One of those days. We still got to beat Tonga. Ireland still got to beat Scotland. So we'll see what has to happen. But probably got Ireland topping the group, South Africa coming second. Let me know what you thought about the video. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Steph and everyone joining in for the first time. Hopefully we see them a couple of more times on the channel. See you next time. Thank you.
Nice boy.